So, in the previous sessions, we have understood the types of reproduction. That was asexual mode of reproduction and the sexual mode of reproduction. Correct? So, in this session, let me start with asexual reproduction. Let us understand asexual mode of reproduction in detail. So, when I talk about asexual mode of reproduction, when I say asexual mode, here, firstly we have to understand it is happened because of the single parent. That means here no sex is involved. In asexual mode, no sex is involved. This is the first thing which you have to understand. No sex is involved in the asexual mode of reproduction. That means with the help of single parent, this asexual mode of reproductions, organisms are able to reproduce. The organisms which comes under asexual mode of reproduction, they are able to reproduce with the help of single parents. We do not categorize the parents as male or female. Okay? There is no male or female. There is no male or female parent which are being involved to reproduce the organisms under asexual mode of reproduction. Okay? And next thing, it is a primitive mode of reproduction. Asexual mode of reproduction is a primitive mode. What is meant by primitive? When I say primitive, see, this is the first thing which has been happened on the earth. Sexual reproduction was the next. The first which was happened was the asexual reproduction. There were no two categories. There was no male, there was no female which unite together to produce organisms. It was all asexual mode of reproduction which came to existence on the earth for the first time. Hence, it is the primitive mode of reproduction. And where it is commonly seen, see, asexual mode of reproduction is more common in the lower plants and the lower level organisms. That means, see, when I say lower level plants, it may be algae, or lower level plants, it may be, lower level animals, it may be amoeba, euglena, paramecium. So take an example of amoeba, euglena, okay, then algae. So all this, they are all primitive form of the living organisms which exist on the earth. They are the primitive form of organisms which exist on the earth for the first time. So it was all existed because of the asexual mode of reproduction. There was no involvement of parents. And one more thing which you have to understand, children, here when I talk about asexual mode of reproduction, there is no variation. No variation is seen in these organisms. For example, see if an amoeba is giving birth to another amoeba, amoeba is giving, see, look at the amoeba. If you look at the amoeba, this amoeba, each give birth to next daughter cells. We always say, when I talk about asexual mode of reproduction, I always use the word called daughter. We don't often say son. We always say daughter cells. So this amoeba now, it has given birth to its offsprings. That is the daughter cells. Here, the amoeba which has given birth to its daughter cell is completely identical. This daughter cell is completely, it is identical. That means it is same as the parent. So that is the reason I told there is no variation which is being seen in the asexual mode of reproduction. When I talk about asexual mode of reproduction, the offsprings which are being reproduced are completely same. They are completely identical to their parents. Okay? So this is what we have to understand when I talk about asexual mode of reproduction. Let us recall. See, when I talk about asexual, there is no involvement of sex. No sex is involved. That means no parents are involved. No parents means no male, no female. That is no mother and no father. Okay? So, with the help of single parent or single organisms, a new organism is reproduced. Clear? Next, when I talk the next point about this, It is the primitive mode of reproduction. See here, asexual mode is a primitive because it was the first thing that was happened on the earth. After that, then asexual mode of reproduction came to existence. Then, so when I talk about variations, there are no variation is seen in the daughter cells. When I talk about amoeba, I said that the amoeba is completely giving birth to the daughter cells, that is its next generation of amoeba, and this daughter cells are completely, they're identical to the mother, that is the parent. Okay, so now the example which we have discussed was the amoeba, euglena. You can easily say that the lower level plants as well as the animals. We can say unicellular organisms mostly, because unicellular organisms they does not have much complexity in their body. Okay, so these are some things which we have to understand about asexual mode of reproduction. In the next session, I will be explaining you the sexual mode of reproduction in detail. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share as much as possible, children. Thank you.